What's going on, you guys? So I wanted to do kind of like a best of 2021 for strategy games, and I don't have a lot of time, so I figured I'd just make something down and dirty, you know. So I decided to kind of make basically a couple categories of strategy game awards. So there was a lot of games to choose from this year, right? You had like really great games like War in the East 2, Combat Mission Cold War, Decisive Campaigns Ardennes Offensive. So a lot of really amazing games to choose from. It was really, really tough. But I kind of want to break it down into basically five different categories. So the first one is going to be the most innovative strategy game of 2021. And that has to be Grand Tactician's Civil War 1861 to 1865. I say this is the most innovative because it did something that never happened before. It combined, a strategic and a tactical game, a Civil War strategy game, into one. Again, never happened before, right? And this game, I can't say enough great things about. This is the basically benchmark Civil War game, right? There is no other Civil War game at this point that can compete with this one. If you want the ultimate Civil War strategy game experience, this is the game. This did so many incredible things, gave you incredible tactical engine to fight out battles, right? Gave you a strategic engine, strategic map where you can move armies all around the map. You have an economy system, a production system. It has everything. So yeah, and the maps are absolutely gorgeous. The strategic and tactical maps, I mean, look at it, it's gorgeous. All right, the next game up, which is going to be my most played strategy game of 2021, the game that I could not get enough of, the game that literally, if I have nothing to do, I literally rush to the computer to play it, and that game is WarPlan Pacific. I don't know what it is about this game. This game is just so awesome. It is that perfect hybrid. It's not full grognard like War in the Pacific, right? But it's also not like Strategic Command World at War, where it's more casual, more fast-paced kind of thing. This is that right middle point of that, right? It gives you a little bit of both. It's not full casual, right? Full basic, but it's also not full grognards. It's just that right in the middle place where you can command, carriers, you can command individual corps or divisions, you can combine divisions into corps or corps into armies. You got to work on a supply system. It gets more deeper than Strategic Command World at War, but it's not going to take you forever to play like War in the Pacific. Now, if you do have if you do have weeks and weeks and months to play, War in the Pacific is the game you kind of want to go into to get that full experience. But if you only have a few hours each day, or every few days, and you want to actually play a really incredible strategy game for the Pacific War, this is it. I had just an incredible time playing this game. I'm still not done yet. I don't know how many hours. I think I'm at a record for this year. I know I'm at like probably somewhere around 40 hours for this game. I believe somewhere around there. And that's a big thing for me because, with 3 kids, it's hard to find the time. But, I had to because this game is just... it's just that awesome. Okay, moving on to the next, the best DLC for 2021. And I was going through the whole list. Again, there was a lot to choose from. There was many DLCs released this year, like Panzer Corps 2 Axis Operations, which was awesome. They had a 1941, 1942. But I could not just... what blew my mind was this: Hearts of Iron for No Step Back. The changes that they did to this game, the new additions of this new logistics system to this game, does something that no other Hearts Iron game did before, and it changes the way you play the game. And it's a DLC that, when I watch and when I listen to podcasts about, it's just so engrossing. It's just so exciting to watch, and it's incredible because you can literally send out your fighters and bombers to bomb these railroads that are sending supplies to the front, right? And basically, kind of tighten the supplies that your enemy gets at the front line to give you a great strategic advantage. And it also has a tank editor, so you can customize your own tanks. So by far, this is one of the best DLCs, not only for this year, that I've ever seen employed in a game. So big props to Paradox for this. Thank you. This is an amazing DLC. And the game that wins the best strategy game of 2021, well, we're going back to Grand Tactician Civil War 1861 to 1865. Reason why is pretty much everything that I mentioned earlier. This is the Civil War game that I've been waiting for since, the first Civil War strategy game I've ever played. A game where I can, basically make my own armies, assign my own generals, develop my own order of battle for, those said armies, working on the supply system for that army, making depots, cutting the enemy supply system off, just promoting generals. I mean, this game has everything. It's by far the best Civil War strategy game I've ever played. I mentioned that before, but I would have to even say this is possibly the best strategy game I've ever played in my life. Because it did what I didn't think was ever going to be possible, and it took two legendary two legendary guys from a development studio to make this game, with some additional help, but they put this game together, and I mean, it just looks not only gorgeous, right? Like, look at this map. It looks absolutely gorgeous. But the fact that they're continuing to support this game with free updates, and then that they're going to roll out this type of system for future games, for future conflicts, is just incredible. But by far, I'm just left in awe. I'll be honest. I'm left in awe. Pretty much every time I launch this game, I go in awe because it's just like the stuff that I can do. I never thought I was going to have that. I never thought I was ever going to be able to do that. Move my armies on a strategic map, and then when two armies collide, be able to fight it out. We got it. So huge props to Grand Tactician developers. Love you guys for doing this. This is huge. Love it. Just awesome. And one last category I wanted to cover is the best game publisher of 2021. And so I was going through a bunch of publishers, and I came across one that I just had to put in because they're just really just jaw dropped me this year. So that publisher is Slitherine. And Slitherine and Matrix Games, they have done something that again, did not see coming, didn't think it was going to be possible, but they did it, right? First, they came out with Battlestar Galactica, right? An actual strategy game for Battlestar Galactica that is by far, one of the best sci-fi strategy games ever made, right? And then last year, they announced a number of games. They announced Starship Troopers, Terran Command. They announced Stargate Timekeepers, and they finished off the year announcing Terminator Dark Fate, Defiance. So they got three huge, well, at this point, four huge franchises under their belt. They're bringing a strategic, a strategy game for Terminator, a game where we can actually, fight the machines and, kick some machine butt, and just, fight the future war that, ever since we saw Terminator 2, have been wanting to fight, and it's here and it's awesome. Well, it will be here and it will be awesome. The other, for my Stargate fans out there, if you ever wanted to, fight the Goa'uld, right? I'm not sure I'm saying that right. It's been a while since I was saw Stargate the movie or the TV series. But now we have that, and look, it's just absolutely gorgeous. But now you can actually, get into the Stargate universe and play a strategy game in it. And then, of course, you have Starship Troopers. Now, Starship Troopers, they released a demo of it this year. I got a chance to look at it. I'm really looking forward to seeing this game release in 2022. I'm really looking forward to the story side of the game. We've all wanted to get our hands on a strategy game for Starship Troopers, and now it's on its way, and you get to just fight the bugs, just the massive swarms of bugs. And I really can't wait to see what Slitherine brings in 2022 in regards to more franchises. I really, really, really hope that one of those franchises is The Expanse or Star Trek. One of those two, please. One of those two. Just to be able, get into the Expanse universe, move the United Earth fleets or Mars fleet, being able to maybe command the Rocinante, or, go into the Star Trek universe and, fight the Dominion War. Things like that would, in a strategy game, would be epic. So I'm, kind of hoping, Slitherine kind of gets that franchise agreements and, basically bring strategy game to the level, to the next level, to where we want it to be, our favorite franchises in our hands. All right. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. It was hard choices that I had to make, but these are the games and publisher that I love, and if you guys are considering which games to buy, go, and these are the ones that I love, and I'm pretty sure you're gonna love them too. All right, catch you guys in the next one. See you then.